Yo, hi, what's up? Guess what? There's weird stuff going on in the streaming community chat. It's wild out here. It's crazy. Wild and crazy kids. The streaming bubble has finally burst, and I say this as I'm currently streaming. What the heck? That's the wrong. We're gonna watch the homie Omeezy, aka Omar of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, which I was on recently. Did anybody watch me on Let's Keep It a Buck podcast? I was there. It was pretty cool. And he's talking about how there's a bunch of streamers who are saying that the bubbles pop. Basically, there's too many streamers doing all of the same type of content. Everybody wants to be Kai Cenat, so it's just now a weird amalgamation of like too many streamers trying to be each other instead of being their own individual creatives. Let's watch this video.
I've never seen this much dick pulling in my life. I've never seen so much fake competition in my life, bro.
A month and a half ago, I stopped IRL streaming as much, and I know a lot of y'all have noticed that. I haven't had much energy in my streams necessarily, and I kind of just kept streaming because I just wanted to, you know, I never wanted to take a break. And then not to mention, I'm not gonna lie, I feel burnt out.
I've seen Ron go from loving streaming so much to his passion slowly going away.
Bro, I just don't know what to do with this shit anymore, bro. This shit just don't feel the same, bro. What do I do, bro? I'm so lost.
Are you okay, man?
Nah, bro, come on, bro. I'm chilling. I'm just listening to y'all convo. But I dare dude gotta leave. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta do shit with Davo, so I'm gonna hit y'all later, alright?
Views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody, you can't pull up a nigga right now and his shit ain't cranking like it was last month, nigga. It is what the fuck it is, nigga.
It's kind of crazy how I can't even control shit on my own fucking stream. I can't control nothing.
Coming into 2025, everyone and their mama thought that streaming was the way to go. It was the means to create content to a wider audience, farm money, and do honestly some of the dopest things in the world. Celebrities were getting into it, athletes were getting into it, politicians were getting into it, and it just seemed like streaming would be a staple for years to come. But then something happened. When everyone flocked to this medium of creating content, it started to create a bubble, and eventually that bubble would have to burst. And to be honest with you, I think that we are there. And with that bursting reveals the unintended consequences of streaming being this gold mine type rush. There's been a view epidemic, streams are getting crazy expensive and out of control. People can't have private lives anymore. And ultimately, being on live 24/7 is not something that people can handle. Hell, the child stars of past have shown us that before. I'm here to talk about the state of streaming in 2025 and going forward. And to be honest with you,
shout out to Omeezy. Y'all go follow Omar on his channel. Omeezy does a great job of breaking down these videos. He's not wrong. All those people that we just saw in the beginning of this video, like everyone that we just saw, they're all kids, man. I'm glad that I'm part of the generation who got to skip the internet. Well, not skip the internet, but lived without it for a certain amount of time, because it's not fair to all the kids who are trying to grow up through the internet. Like, it's a weird thing to have to grow up through the internet with like eyes on you all the time. I talked about it before. That kid, Rakai, specifically, like, he's 16, and it's almost like you're forcing yourself to be a child actor when you don't have to be. I think that's a weird thing to have to do to your career and your life. Stream the big events, you know, Mafiathon, I was there, but stream like going out to, I don't know, some sort of interesting outdoor activity. But you don't have to stream your life every single day and force this parasocial Truman reality TV show. Some of y'all aren't old enough to know what the Truman Show is. Go look it up, Jim Carrey. I think that's what's going on that's a little bit weird in this day and age, is you're not allowing young people to live through their youthful years and be young. You know what I mean? They're not allowed to be forever young. All right, sorry, I'm just being silly.
Well, we saw a boom in the streaming economy. We saw the rise of the FaZe clan. We saw the rise of different members of AMP. Mafiathon 2 went off without a hitch.
Yo, CJ and Drew, what's good?
Subathon went off without a hitch, and everyone and their mother flocked to streaming, which meant that the only next logical step going into 2025 was to stream more, right? But we quickly found out that that is not something that is sustainable for the whole ecosystem, for the whole environment. It can't handle everybody flocking to streaming for a plethora of different reasons. I think the first thing that had a lot of people skewed as to the realities of what streaming can and can't be is Streamer University. It happened earlier this year, and people thought that it was a great idea.
People thought that this was going to be the norm for streamers in the future, and it was like, oh, brother. Once y'all leave this university, you're on your own. There is no going back. Also, I see Drew in the chat. Yo, we did meet at Vaughn's the other day. Thank you, Drew. What's going on? Welcome. I appreciate you being here. CJ, thanks for being here. Black Demon, I see y'all. But yeah, this was like very cool and a once in a lifetime event. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, Unc AMP trying to pull up Streamer University 2.0. I would love to come through and be the voice of reason in the room. I'd love to be in there and be like, hey kids, we don't have to shoot each other with BB guns. Let's just be fun with each other. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but you know what I'm saying? I wonder how many people, because what, it looks like at least 200, maybe 130, 150 people were a part of this situation. How many of them do you think are still making content since going to Streamer University, at least on a consistent basis? I'm actually curious.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it introduced a whole different subsection of streamers to the information pool that we all can look at and consume. But it definitely had some unintended consequences. It made everyone feel like they had to spend a shit ton of money in order to get their streams off. And streamers found out quick, fast, in a hurry the first problem with this mass streaming movement is that streaming is an expensive venture.
The love show.
Yeah, to a degree.
This is something that I'm spending a lot of money. Like I'm contemplating selling a watch in order to invest in this.
God
like,
dang.
This is the most expensive shit I ever paid for. Nigga, I'm spending a house on what I'm doing. You feel me?
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep
we
up with
reacted to
content
this.
creation?
I think what a lot of people saw from people like Kai Cenat or any of the people from FaZe is that spending money for streaming, putting money back into your content, is seemingly a worthwhile investment.
be
I think
smart,
what
though.
a lot of people underestimated is the fact that they have a lot of equity built into the content creation game, where then when they do these ventures, they can see the return, they see the benefits, and they are reaping the rewards of it. They have sat there at their computers and desks and built sweat equity with a community that is willing to support them no matter if they spend money or don't spend money. So it makes sense for them to go out and buy the Samsung phones all the way up to the $30,000 backpacks. But a lot of the new streamers hopped into this lane and it didn't ultimately pop off because they put money into it without building up that community aspect.
That makes sense. I kind of get that, like in the sense of like, you know, I'll be honest. I watched Streamer University and I was like, well, you know what's funny though? I was already IRL streaming before Streamer University. But like, if you're gonna IRL stream, you just can't do it every day because you have to live your life. You have to have some autonomy in your own life. And also, I will agree that like IRL streaming can be expensive. It depends on what you're doing, honestly. I use 2 phones and an Osmo Pocket. You can use the phone right here. You can use the AT&T phone to run a stream that can wirelessly tether to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. What you do is you have like a second band of network right here. Basically, this one right here, this phone is going to be like a $60 a month prepaid card. Now, mind you, I don't pay for the prepaid card unless I'm going to be IRL streaming. So if I'm IRL streaming, if I did say to myself, oh, there's something coming up like a TwitchCon or something like that, then I would just reset this and pay like the 40 to 60 bucks for the month and then start it up. And then I would use this as like a Wi-Fi hotspot, connect this one over here, which already has my usual payment account of my phone network. And then I can switch it over to the DJI, and the DJI has a program on only iPhones that connects to it where you can use your DJI. It's cool, but you are running off of like phone networks and not the highest quality of network stability. We're gonna make up words, baby. Hey, there it is. Yeah, that's how I IRL stream, and it's pretty good. It's a good setup, and you don't need a backpack for it. Like, I think all the Twitch streamers are selling the idea that you need a backpack to make this possible. You don't need a backpack. You can literally use 2 phones. You don't even need this. This is just like a bonus. Like, all you need is 2 phones. Honestly, all you need is really 1 phone, but then you're depending on 1 phone service provider, and it might not be as good as 1 phone service provider plus another phone's hotspot. You can do that, and I'll be honest, I think the max I pay on that is maybe 60 bucks. If like, let's say I was paying it consistently, I would pay maybe 60 bucks a month just to keep this prepaid one going. But if you're making the money back while creating content, then it makes sense. But if you're someone who immediately invests in a IRL streaming backpack, which I think they usually start around like $2,000 to $3,000, and then to pay to keep up with all the bandwidth that you have in those backpacks, unless you have a sponsorship with a brand that makes them, it's like 400 bucks a month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for sure. So in my opinion, just do it on your phone, practice, get good, and learn what you can with it, and then maybe upgrade. Like, I've been considering getting an IRL backpack, but the company that I actually know who makes IRL backpacks said that if I were to work with them and be one of their featured creators, they would pay the costs of what I would be spending a month on data. So if that's the case, then it's just an investment for the backpack, and then I could stream IRL for free. That's something I would like to do. Even me, I don't have a big enough platform where I need to be IRL streaming every day. Like, I love everybody who's here. Shout out to everybody who's here. You know what I'm saying? But we don't all need to be Kai Cenat. We don't all need to be DDG, Deshae Frost, these J Cincos, all whoever it is, extra Emily's sent us. We don't all need to do that. We can just be us. And also, we can hang out and do fun desktop streams or play video games, which we all should go back to to a degree.
Out of the big streams that went off this year that did not go as planned, as told by leaders of the community or just what we see. Hell, what happened to a lot of the streamers from Streamer U, Streamer Prom, the Are You My Ball show, or that other love show that Blackboy Max and them put on? And even if you ask DDG what his thoughts on what the outcome of the love show might be, it didn't go so well. It didn't do what he thought it would do.
Every dollar I made this month plus more is going into that motherfucker. And it's only a week long. If I don't average like 40, 50, I think finale I might touch 100. Or like a 150 piece.
Yes, on TikTok. Yeah, I did.
Now, I did think I would have touched 100,000.
Just because you spend money doesn't mean that you're inherently going to get into the views.
Which brings me to
the next issue. Viewbotting got out of hand in 2025. Now, for those of you who don't know what viewbotting is, it's when people, whoever the entity is, pays for bots to inflate numbers on a person's channel. It could be on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, but for this specific purpose, we're talking about Twitch. And as XQC and Twitch exposed, there have been a lot of people who have been viewbotting on this platform. This only got sniffed out after Twitch dropped its viewbot crackdown, and honestly, it worked better than a lot of people anticipated. Viewership on Twitch is down wholeheartedly.
Apparently, the overall viewership on Twitch went down as much as 24% compared to last week, with many big streamers suddenly losing thousands of viewers. Not just big streamers, streamers of all shapes and sizes lost tons and tons of viewers, like across the board.
Now, in hindsight, it does make a lot of sense. There was times last year where there were platforms like Kick, Rumble, and Twitch where viewership was 100,000 viewers for like 6 to 7 to 8 streamers on every single platform at any given time. And to be honest with you, that was just to inflate things so people could get their advertising dollars and create this bubble that we're in now. And at some point, somebody was gonna have to sniff it out. I mean, it was literally not making any sense. And I do want to offer another POV in the conversation though, because I don't think it's all bots.
Everybody on this bitch views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody.
That
You can't pull up a nigga right now and his shit ain't cranking like it was last month, nigga. It is what the fuck it is, nigga.
Niggas are paying for me not to have viewers. I never had 250 viewers before, not even starting Twitch. Even when I wasn't even a Twitcher and I started, I never even had this many viewers.
I'm not sure if she was saying that she didn't have this many viewers in the sense of it was too low or if it was too high. I feel like she was saying it like it was too low. Man, people gotta, no disrespect to her, but like we gotta do more gratitude. We need more gratitude performing, chat, Cause like I'm happy if I get like 30 people to hang out. If 30 people are kicking it with me, I'm usually excited. But I understand if you're at their level where they average like anywhere between 12, 15, I don't know, 15, 1,000, 1,200, or Kai where it's like 100,000. But time's gonna move forward and that's not gonna be forever. People are gonna grow up. Things are gonna evolve. You're like, Kai's not gonna be Kai in 10 years, not this version. No disrespect to him. He's gonna be a different person. Hopefully he's in, I don't know, movies, cartoons, TV shows, whatever he's doing, but there will be a new person behind him who comes in and they're the new Kai, Rakai 2.10. It's one of those things that makes me laugh because it's like nothing is for certain. And it's like you need to be trying to evolve who you are as a creative person so that you don't have to get swept up in the monotony of, oh, wait, what I'm doing doesn't work anymore. It's like, no, it still works, but people want new stuff, and your audience is growing up. They're like, people said in my chat, like, we got day jobs, bruh. I can't watch you at work.
I think that there's a level of viewer fatigue that is not being talked about. And that just simply means that viewers are tired of watching the same things over and over again. The same streams with the girls, the same IRL streams where nothing is really happening, the same streams where nobody's really being creative. To be honest with you, Twitch has a copycat problem right now and nobody's talking about it.
I think streaming right now, I don't want to say nothing because everything, like, I feel like it's so much shit going on that it almost feel like nothing going on. In a weird way. I don't know how to explain it.
Literally everybody is doing the big Tokyo trip, or everybody's doing some rendition of a love show, or bringing some sort of girl on, or whatever the case may be, and having the same exact reactions as everyone else. Nobody's doing anything new. Nobody's doing anything unique with any new emotions or uniqueness behind it. They're having the same exact reactions and it's just the same. It's literally just the same exact stuff over and over and over again. Another big issue that I have with streaming now is because of this always on nature. You don't even have time to yourself in order to handle personal effects or not live moments on the internet. I've talked about it in my Blackboy Max video. It's tough that these kids are growing up in real time in front of cameras because some of this stuff is not for public consumption. I've seen issues and incidences this year in 2025 where I thought to myself, hey, it'd probably be best if you just cut the camera off.
Some family, tragedies and shit. Just shit like when my mama live out, somebody passed, I ain't gonna say who and shit, but
I got my elbow up. Now we gotta clip this.
What? That's crazy.
I'll take that bullshit off. This is short. I'll take it off. No, James. No, you're not gonna fuck up my outfit. I'm sorry. No. Then you're not coming. You're not wearing that shit with a rip on your booty cheek. That's how it came. Well, you're not wearing that with me. And don't try to masturbate me on camera. Either you take it off or you get the fuck out of my house. That's how I'm moving. Who the fuck do you think you are? What, a rip on your booty cheek? Nigga, that's some shit you wear when you single. You don't wear that around me, man.
Just a couple weeks ago, Quinn Blackwell made a comment about streaming being digital slavery. And while I don't agree with the verbiage because slavery has meaning and connotation, there were some things that a lot of people took from that actually had some value to it.
I have always...
Twitch is a live streaming platform where streamers please explain. Streamers, broadcasters play video games, cook food, answer questions, interview guests, produce beats, etc. Interact with the viewers via live chat functionally. Yeah, that's true.
That the biggest influencer will be somebody who gives their life to the internet. And that's what streaming is. And I respect it down. I think they are the Don Julios of internet creators. Would I ever do it again? No. Because it gives a sort of digital slavery vibe to me.
Streaming in 2025 is now this thing where you
digital minstrel shows
online all the time at the mercy of your chat. Your emotions and your feelings don't matter. It's just go, 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 go. We don't even realize that these people have been living their entire lives in front of a camera and they don't have a time to get an emotional break. Now, I know what somebody's gonna say in the comment section is that, hey, this is self-inflicted. This is something that they brought upon themselves. For sure. I can honestly say that. They can start to do different things or whatever the case may be and they're making a lot of money, whatever the case may be. Listen, I'm coming from a human aspect. It's not healthy to be on camera 24/7 like this. And this is why you're seeing a lot of people have these mental breakdowns when it comes to streaming now.
I've streamed 200 plus hours every single month. I just did a 4-day marathon and then streamed 13 hours a day with 0 breaks.
Guys, I am a loser. I don't do shit except sit on my couch and study shit and plan shit in my free time. I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that.
Naturally, you're gonna be burned out. I mean, we're always on camera.
Streaming is crazy
and at the mercy of our chats. I didn't even talk about this in this video, but it dawned across me as I was doing research. I remember that time where like Senna, Valkyrie, and Extra Emily got harassed at the park by the dude, and then for whatever reason, they had to come on stream the next day to explain what happened.
He kept running,
yeah, this is weird.
And trying to get something out of his pocket. And like I said, like you guys, when that clip cuts off, like we had to run into a store.
Like what kind of weird ass world do we live in that streamers have to get online and justify this dumbass crime that we've seen with our eyes in 4K? Also, why are we seeing this in 4K? I don't know. The nature of everything being on stream is just bothering
everything
me.
Being live is not a good thing.
People have burnout because then they have an audience that doesn't believe them, so then they have to justify them, which kind of backs what, Quinn Blackwell was saying a little bit. I see it. see it. I think there are some positives going into 2026 though. I think that we've weeded out a lot of the people that came into the space and really didn't want to do anything positive, just saw it as a quick money grab. A lot of people picked up phones because they saw streaming and content creation as some sort of fad, but ultimately are realizing that, hey, this is something that takes much more effort that I'm willing to put in, and I don't want to slut out the space.
Before he gets to the next thing, he's right. You know what this is? The whole, I think, because like everyone saw the Kai Cenat Streaming University, and then there's people who are like me who have been streaming since like 2014, 15, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I have a bunch of friends now who are like, a bunch of unks and aunties who stream now, who are friends of mine who are like stand-up comedians, actors, random people who I know who never thought about streaming, and it's cool, but it's like, it's the same type of energy that it gave when TikTok blew up over 2020, over the pandemic, where people were like, oh, I guess I got to get on TikTok because this thing is like so popular. And it's like, you don't have to, you can, you don't have to, but a lot of people are trying to and or did do the same thing with streaming in the last like year and a half. I like doing it when I have free time. Even I sometimes sit back and I'm like, you know what? I'm giving y'all too much access to me. Yeah, that's right. You. Some of y'all don't deserve access to my life or this one-to-one conversation through a lens, but there's other days where I do enjoy it and I want to do it. But I don't think that even I want to put so much effort into doing it in the future unless I really want to sit down and stream, you know, for the sake of just streaming. Things are starting to slowly revert. People are like, okay, instead of streaming and giving my life away to people on a 24-hour loop, I'm going to go out of my way and create something nice or create something interesting, upload it, and then it's out there in the ether and people can comment on it, but I'm not there in real time, in real life, letting people kind of comment and react to my personal life in a parasocial situation. I think that's how I look at it. Like recently I told you all I've started a podcast. I'm enjoying the podcast. Haven't even posted the podcast yet, but when I do post it, you know, you'll be able to see me vicariously through clips, but it won't be like me in the moment, you know? Streaming, I feel like will be a thing that like I do maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, and then I'll just be like making my own stuff in the between time.
Every single streamer that was popping or had some clout or had some traction this year that is just not here at the end of the year. Funny Mike. No, he's probably going through some legal stuff. But for real though, there's a lot of people who picked up streaming and have stopped because they're just not getting the views off. I also do think IRL streaming won't be a mainstay going forward. Bruce Dropomoff and Soluminati had some very good words about IRL streaming. It was dumb and people were making it dumb because they were just flexing and trying to keep up with people, and it was never meant to last based off how these people were doing it.
It's becoming harder and harder for niggas to become streamers because all y'all think y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these niggas at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even fucking possible? It's not even possible. It's just the niggas you watching. You knew and you already thinking, you need to be doing IRLs, nigga. You are a fucking bot. You're gonna fall off. Bro, the IRL streaming shit is so overstimulated, so oversaturated. All you see is scripts now.
Niggas is tired of seeing niggas just overly showing shit that they don't have that they can't relate to. We can't relate to you niggas no more. We can't. Y'all streaming on yachts and shit. There's a nigga that want to stream from his bathtub to pretend that he on the yacht right now. Listen, bro. You don't gotta do that.
And last but certainly not least, I think that people are getting away from the always on nature of content creation. I've seen more streamers take more breaks. The breaks between marathon streams is becoming greater. The breaks in just streaming in general is becoming greater. I know it may mean some effects to the pockets, but if there's a quality difference and from your content as a whole, from your life as a whole, I think a lot of streamers are gonna get into that now because they're just seeing that I can't always be on. It's really not healthy. And at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit me or my audience to come back on, cut the chat on and be like, hey chat, what we doing today? Because I just need to fill some sort of quota. It's the stupidest shit in the world. I think 2025 streaming is cooked, but I am pretty optimistic about 2026 streaming. So let me know what you think.
He's not wrong. There is a level of like feeling like you just have to put in the hours, and that's a thing. It's weird. Eunice said, I get it and I agree with you, JD. You can't IRL stream every day because you have to live your life, but no matter what or how we rationalize it, the fact fact is that no one is asking anyone to stream. That's true. That's true. It's the fact that they want to do it, then cool, but no one is out here demanding that everyone stream all the time. Some of us still work 9 to 5s. Yeah, that's it for sure. That's exactly it. Being like in that streaming bubble of like the biggest streamers in the world, like it's not as easy as I think people think it is. Definitely a grind. And that's why I'm working on my videos, Rob says, for sure. Rather Bian said this is old news when they were talking about the Senna stuff. Yeah, it was. T Street says it's like everyone who made a podcast, now everybody's a streamer. Yeah, I mean, I think podcasting is one of those things that's been around a lot longer, and also it has more relevance because there are always going to be like unique, interesting conversations that people can have over podcasts. Now, if anything, like political podcasts have kind of made a crazy boom in the last few years, and that's, I guess, grift as hard as you want to grift. But I do like listening to a good podcast that, whether it's a self-help, motivational, or an interesting conversation with somebody. And then Eunice says, nobody needs to know every waking moment of your life. Yeah, that's true. No one needs to know this. No one needs to know every waking moment of your life. That is the fact of the matter. So that's how I feel about this. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you did, do all the things. All right. I appreciate you, and we're out. Peace.